Good day everyone, I am Kimberly S. Roselio from Group 5 and my topic is the Batas Pambansa Bilang 232. So at the end of the discussion, the learners should be able to A. Show a greater comprehension of the importance of Batas Pambansa to modern schooling or our new normal education setting. Letter B, appreciate the existence of and the significance of Batas Pambansa for higher quality education. And C, use the core purpose of the education law to govern the rights and obligations of the interested parties to ensure that the school is conducive to teaching and learning. So what is Batas Pambansa Bilang 232? It is an act providing for the establishment and maintenance of an integrated system of education. So we have number 1, General Provisions, Chapter 1, Preliminary Matters, and Chapter 2, Declaration of Basic State Policy and Objectives. We also have 2, the Educational Community, Chapter 1, Preliminary Provisions, and Chapter 2, Rights. So we will discuss one by one the Chapter 2, Rights. Chapter 2, Rights. So we have Section 9, Right of Students in School, in addition to other rights, and subject to the limitation prescribed by law and regulations, and students and pupils in all schools shall enjoy the following rights. Number 1, the right to receive, primarily through competent instruction, relevant quality education in line with national goals and conducive to their full development as person with human dignity. Number 2, the right to freely choose their field of study, subject to existing curricula and to continue their course therein up to graduation, except in cases of academic deficiency or violation of disciplinary regulations. Number 3, the right of school guidance and counseling services for decisions and selecting the alternatives and fields of work suited to his potentialities. So we have number 4, the right of access to his own school records, the confidentiality of which the school shall maintain and preserve. So for example, in reality, here in our school, we remind parents to not, if possible, not to take photos and post on Facebook, on social media, the grades of their learners or their children, but it is also their right to, be confident and be proud of their learners. It's just that we encourage them not to, if possible, not to post their credentials in social media because it's kind of um, cautious and dangerous. Number 5, the right to the issuance of official certificates, diplomas, transcript of records, grades, transfer credentials, and other similar documents within 30 days from request. That is why the maximum days you will receive your TOR, especially in universities and colleges, is 1 month. Number 6, the right to publish a student newspaper and similar publications, as well as the right to invite resource persons during assemblies, symposia, and other activities of similar nature. So they can invite people, of course, with approval from the principal or the school administrators for their activities and relevant events in school. Okay, so we have number 7, the right to free expression of opinions and suggestions and to effective channels of communication with appropriate academic channels and administrative bodies of the school or institution. So that is why they have different clubs for their talents and their skills. They have different groups, different group chats in social media with, of course, with their advisors. Number 8, the right to form, establish, join, and participate in organizations and societies recognized by the school to foster their intellectual, cultural, spiritual, and physical growth and development, or to form, establish, join, and maintain organizations and societies for purposes not contrary to law. So we have different organizations and clubs to provide the development and to cater the needs of their physical, spiritual, cultural, and um, their holistic development. So number 9, the right to be free from involuntary contributions except those approved by their own organizations or societies. So we have involuntary contributions. They are free to say no to the involuntary contributions, of course, except those with approvals by the higher ranks. So we have section 10, rights of all school personnel in addition to other rights provided for by law. The following rights shall be enjoyed by all school personnel. Number 1, the right to free expression of opinions and suggestions and to effective channels of all communication with appropriate academic and administrative bodies of school or institution. So we are free. We have the right, it is our right to freely express our opinions, ideas, suggestions, and advices with, of course, effective communication to our community, our school, our colleagues, and our learners. So number 2, the right to be provided with free legal service by the appropriate government office in the case of public school personnel and through the school authorities concerned in the case of private school personnel when charged in an administrative, civil, and or criminal proceedings by parties other than the school or regulatory authorities concerned for actions committed directly in the lawful discharge of professional duties and or in defense of school policies. That is why we have legal offices and legal advices. That is also why we have attorney in the Department of Education for us to have a legal proceedings if in case for any administrative, civil, or criminal actions taken. So number 3, the right to establish, join, and maintain labor organizations and or professional and self-regulating organizations of their choice to promote their welfare and defend their interests. So it is also our right not to be pushed to join to be a member of some organizations, especially if um, inside the school, the district, or the division, we can freely say no if we don't like to join that organization. We are free to do it so. Number 4, the right to be free from involuntary contributions except those imposed by their own organization. So we are also free to say no, especially to involuntary financial collections, that kind of stuff. Section 11, special rights and or privileges of teaching or academic staff. Further to the rights mentioned in the preceding section, every member of the teaching or academic staff shall enjoy the following rights and or privileges. So in section 10, all the school personnel, teaching or non-teaching. Section 11 is specifically for the teaching or academic staff. So we have number 1, the right to be free from compulsory assignments not related to their duties as defined in their appointments or employment contracts unless compensated therefore conformably to existing law. So that is why it is very important for us to keep our appointments and contracts, because we can provide it to, in case we would like to say no to some some assignment that is not related to our field of work. Number 2, the right to intellectual property consistent with applicable laws. Okay, number 3, teachers shall be deemed persons in authority when in the discharge of lawful duties and responsibilities and shall therefore be accorded due respect and protection. It is very important for us to protect our teachers, protect each other, and of course protect our professionalism. Number 4, teachers shall be accorded the opportunity to choose alternative career lines either in school administration, in classroom teaching, or other for purposes of career advancement. So it is very important for us teachers um, to also keep our profession or keep ourselves promoted um, for our career advancement and for our professional development. So in any career lines, it is also our right to choose any career line suited for our skills and our abilities. So we also have section 12, special rights of school administration. School administrators shall, in accordance with existing laws, regulations, and policies of the Ministry of Education, Culture, and Sports, be accorded sufficient administrative discretion necessary for the efficient and effective performance of their functions. So school administrators shall be deemed persons in authority while in the discharge of lawful duties and responsibilities and shall therefore be accorded due respect and protection. Okay, so section 13, rights of schools. In addition to other rights provided for by law, schools shall enjoy the following. Number 1, the right of their governing boards or lawful authorities to provide for the proper governance of the school and to adopt and reinforce administrative or management systems. Number 2, the right for institution of higher learning to determine on academic grounds who shall be admitted to study, who may teach, and what shall be subjects of the study and research. Now let us proceed to the maintenance of quality education. So number 1, voluntary accreditation, which is seen in section 29. Teachers and administrators' obligation and qualifications, section 16 and 17. Number 3, government financial assistance to private schools, which will be seen at section 41. So let's go to section 29. Voluntary accreditation. The ministry shall encourage programs of voluntary accreditation for institutions that desire to meet standards of quality over and above the minimum required for state recognition. Voluntary because it is a free will for any institution, colleges, and universities to be accredited with the Ministry of Education or the Department of Education. For colleges and universities, the CHED. Okay, so let's go now to section 16. Teachers' obligations. Every teacher shall 1. perform his or her duties to the school by discharging his or her responsibilities in accordance with the philosophy, goals, and objectives of the school. So if you are a teacher, you should be competent enough to provide the right philosophy, goals, and objectives of the school. Number 2, be accountable. Of course, we should be responsible and be accountable for the efficient and effective attainment of specified learning objectives in pursuance of national development goals within the limits of available school resources. So we have to make sure that our core values, maka-Diyos, makakalikasan, makatao, at makabansa should be integrated to our learning objectives every day and every subject. Number three, render regular reports on the performance of each student and the latter's parents and guardians with specific suggestions for improvement. So, regular reports to be submitted or to be provided for the parents and guardians for them, for transparency. Of course, it is very important. That's why we have our transparency boards, especially in elementary classrooms. Number 4, assume the responsibility to maintain and sustain his or her professional growth and advancement, and maintain professionalism in his or her behavior at all times. Of course, it is very important. Teachers should be responsible for their actions because the learners are a very good imitators of their teachers. They see their teachers from Monday to Friday, almost every day. So that is why, as teachers, we should be careful with our actions and our words and how we discipline them, because all eyes are at us when we are in our school. Number 5, refrain from making deductions in students' scholastic ratings for acts that are clearly not manifestations of poor scholarship. So let us not always deduct the students' scholastic ratings just because for our personal reasons to them. That is a no-no for our profession. Number 6, participate as an agent of constructive social, economic, moral, intellectual, cultural, and political charge in his or her school and the community within the context of national policies. Section 17. School Administrator's Obligations. Every school administrator shall: Number 1, perform his duties to the school by discharging his responsibilities in accordance with the philosophy, goals, and objectives of the school. Number 2, be accountable for the efficient and effective administration and management of the school. So you are the school administrator, you are the leader, you are the role model. That's why you should be accountable and responsible of your school. Number 3, develop and maintain a healthy school atmosphere conducive to the promotion and preservation of academic freedom and effective teaching and learning, and to harmonious and progressive school personnel relationship. So it is also your obligation to maintain a harmonious school personnel relationships. Number 4, assume and maintain professional behavior in his work and in dealing with students, teachers, academic non-teaching personnel, administrative staff, and parents or guardians. So again, you are the role model, you are the leader, you are the administrator. So you should maintain your professionalism with your actions and with your words in dealing with your community and with your school. Number 5, render adequate reports to teachers, academic non-teaching personnel, and non-academic staff on their actual performance in relation to their expected performance and counsel them on ways of improving the same. Number 6, observe due process, fairness, promptness, privacy, constructiveness, and consistency in disciplining teachers and other personnel. Number 7, maintain adequate records and submit required reports to the Ministry of Education, Culture, and Sports, or the Department of Education. Okay, so now let's go to section 41, government assistance. The government, in recognition of their complementary role in the educational system, may provide aid to the programs of private schools in the form of grants or scholarships or loans from government financial institutions, provided that such programs meet certain defined educational requirements and standards and contribute to the attainment of national development goals. So it is also the duties and responsibilities of the government to provide grants or scholarships or loans to the the teachers and the learners. Okay, so now we have our group discussion, or I will ask you a questions and you will answer with your understanding of the report Batas Pambansa Bilang 232. So, how relevant is the Batas Pambansa to our new normal educational setting after the pandemic? How would the teaching profession achieve and maintain an accelerating rate of economic development and social progress as stated in the Batas Pambansa? What do you think are the proper actions to achieve and strengthen national unity and consciousness and preserve, develop, and promote desirable cultural, moral, and spiritual values in changing world as stated in Batas Pambansa? So, in conclusion, Batas Pambansa Bilang 232, it is the policy of the state to establish and maintain a complete, adequate, and integrated system of education relevant to the goals of national development. Toward this end, the governments shall ensure, within the context of a free and democratic system, the maximum contribution of the educational system to the attainment of the following national developmental goals. So we have our national developmental goals of number 1, to achieve and maintain an accelerating rate of economic development and social progress. Number 2, to ensure the maximum participation of all the people in the attainment and enjoyment of the benefits of such growth. And 3, to achieve and strengthen national unity and consciousness and preserve, develop, and promote desirable cultural, moral, and spiritual values in a changing world. So this is the group discussion I just read earlier. So now let us take our let us have our lesson takeaways. So let us sort our ideas into buckets. So that's it for my topic. Again, I am Kimberly S. Rosalio.